Era was founded in 2018 by Sarah and I. It was, at the time, I was doing a lot of driver coaching with vintage race cars, and I was being asked to drive more and more cars, and there was more and more cars that I wasn't happy to get into from a safety standpoint. And when I mentioned this to one of my customers, his reply was, well, maybe you should look at setting up your own prep shop. So we did. Our first two events at Daytona were kind of almost like a fairy tale type event. We third place the first year, and we won it the second year, obviously, with Paul Chatan, myself, Ryan Diel, and Dwight Merriman.
Like, having the win that year kind of made it that much more sweet because we've been putting in so many long hours and so much time. But it just gives you that drive to come back and be more prepared the next season. So you want the best chance possible at that win, and we've been hungry ever since then. This year, we're really putting an emphasis on having the team be that professional level prepared, I guess. We're a professional team. We do everything in-house. We've brought all of our gearbox maintenance in-house. We have carbon work in-house. Everything that we're allowed to modify or maintain on the car, we do it all in the same building.
Roar went all right, no major issues. We already had a plan.
This year, I think, was the smoothest Roar week, the smoothest prep for the race, the smoothest race week I've ever had.
Now this is qualifying, so this counts. The 61st running of the Rolex 24 Hours next Saturday and Sunday, which you can see.
Daytona, it being a long event, the starting position wasn't really critical to us. You know, we knew that, where we were. We've done very well in the past strategy-wise. We knew we would make up some time.
This will be the start of our fourth season running the P2. I think the goal is just to do the best job we can. Have one of the fastest, best looking and safest race cars out there.
The start of the race is always, no matter how many times I've done it, there's always that pre-race jitter, the excitement. You see all the fans there, the national anthem's going off, and you're like, here you go, 24 hours on track, and you're just trying to think, have we thought of everything? Is there anything we're missing? And then as soon as the green flag falls, it's business as usual. You're right into running the car, watching the data, making sure everything's going to plan.
see an LMP2 car coming to pit lane. That is the 18, who we are showing as the class leader there. They've got an issue. Dwight Merriman behind the wheel, and you can see he's not in his pit box. He's in the penalty box, Brian. He's getting an improper wave-by penalty. He's going to have to sit there for over 3 minutes, 2 laps worth.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what they're doing. They're trying to put him back on the lap where he belongs.
You know, Daytona went really well, and we were actually leading. There was a little bit of a mix-up there. We took the penalty, which set us back a little bit.
Laps were coming back to us, and everything was ticking along nicely.
Not gonna work. The 18 is around. It was the Andretti Autosport P3 car. Dwight Merriman's got to just sit there and kind of be patient now because it's a blind corner. He can't see who's coming. He's going to have to wait for a spotter to tell him there's a gap. And just look at how much track time and position he is losing sitting there. Oh, and then they're still coming.
That was a really good pace on that spin. If you like the track is very slow, you're easily the quickest car. I'll let you know if that changes. Yeah, perfect. I like the move pace.
We made up the time, and we were doing really well. Everybody was pretty confident that we had the pace, that we had the car. We were trying to get through a lot of our double stint tires to get to where we could push and fight for the win at the end. And we had just finished all of our double stint tires and getting ready to push. And Andrew, our systems engineer, saw in the data that, you know, we had a spike in oil pressure and our oil level dropped, and we knew we had a problem.
You just get a sinking feeling in your stomach, you know, you're like, here we go, here's an issue. Like, are we gonna be able to stay out or are we gonna have to come in? That's the first thought. And for a couple of laps, like, all right, this is just something to monitor. I think we're gonna be all right. And then suddenly there was a big change in the data. It was like, we're gonna have to box them, or this has the potential to scatter.
We sent the car back to the garage. We had the techs pull the engine cover off, and there was oil everywhere. And
at that point, you're pretty disappointed. Really is the only way to word it. Like there's that feeling, you know, you want to finish the race, you want to continue.
At that point, we know what it is. There's no coming back from that.
And that was our second DNF in 2 years at Daytona through something that ultimately we have no control over. Pretty tough to take. I think everybody on the team was gutted, and the only positive, it gives us even more desire to come back and bounce back bigger, better and stronger for Sebring.
Everybody there did their job flawlessly. There wasn't a thing I would change from the race prep, the pit stops, the strategy. I mean, everything was there to be battling for the win at the end. and the guys deserve more. But I'm super proud of everybody, and we'll move on to Sebring and hope for the best there.